Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you Mike's telephone, and Mike's had telephones in here before. This is a really cool 3-slot A&E payphone, and he's had telephones in here before, but he purchased this telephone off someone and they directly sent it to the shop. And so basically this is the initial checkout of this telephone, and give you a little look here at this telephone. It has a PC board in it and a main board here, and I noticed right away on this board that the plug on the board that shoots over to the body where your rotary would be for this telephone is very loose. So it looks to me like some things are not right on the board, and basically this telephone has been somewhat converted because what they did was they took the body lock and they jimmied the body lock so that you could open it with any kind of a little tool. So basically this telephone kind of has to be gone through, and we're going to kind of have to check everything out. The vault door that came with this telephone looks like it could be cleaned up. It looks like it has some tape or something on it, but that looks like that definitely could be cleaned up. Now there is no lock in this vault door, and so that's missing. Another thing that I want to show you is inside somebody has done somewhat of a conversion and has a bell. They installed a bell. Now whether that bell works or not, I don't know, but that's not where we usually try to install a bell, so that'll probably come out of there, and we may be able to use that bell, we might not be able to. I'll just have to check it. But generally, we like to install our bells in this area if some of the relays and things and solenoids are missing out of here. So that's probably where we'll end up installing that bell. We'll have to go through everything, make sure that everything is wired properly, and at this point, from some things that I'm looking at, it looks like it's improperly wired. Another thing that we like to do to these telephones is install a modular port, and I'm going to swing the phone around. That keeps from having these tacky cords, and I think that just looks tacky when they do these conversions and they have line cord hanging out of the back of them. I don't like that, and we don't do that at this shop. What we do is we install a modular port inside this opening, and then they can simply plug any line cord that they want, any color, any length. And so, you know, that's what we like to try to do to them. And just to kind of give you a look, it's got the coin return drawer, and that gives you a little look at the condition of the telephone. Overall, the telephone's in pretty darn good condition. It's a pretty nice telephone. I noticed here now this is a little bent up here, but I don't think it's bad enough to where money's not going to drop, and we'll check that and go through everything. We're going to, even though the rotary spins pretty smooth, we're going to go through the rotary, clean everything, make sure the numbers are racking off. And he's got a pretty decent, the piece of plastic, the shield is missing, so we're going to get him a shield. But this card probably is, although it's yellowed a little bit with the age of the telephone, we're probably just going to leave that card in there, but we'll talk to Mike about that and see what he wants to do. But we'll get him a new cover here. Basically, the plastic is missing, the shield is missing for the informational card here. But it just says, you probably can read that, the video is probably picking it up. To make a local call, do not deposit coins until party answers. Have dime or 2 nickels ready. Listen for dial tone. Dial the number desired. After party answers, quickly deposit dime or 2 nickels. To make a long distance call, dial operator, no coin required. DDD calls cannot be dialed. So basically the telephone's in good condition, and it's an automatic electric. So it's a really cool telephone. Very nice. And so Mike has got himself a keeper here. We've got a plug here that would plug into the part that I was talking about on the main PC board. That PC board's going to have to be removed, and everything's going to have to be resoldered and gone through and checked, and make sure all the parts are good there. Now, he does have a coin validator in this telephone, and it does look like it's missing a lot of parts off of it. But to use this as a bank like most people do, we're going to make sure that all the money is dropping through. The quarters should gong here on the gong. And then a dime should hit twice, and a nickel should hit once. So everything is here that we need to basically, we have to go through everything and make sure everything is in working condition, and that the money is falling through the coin validator properly, and get him all squared away on that. And so, we'll just have to, it's initial checkout. We're just going to have to go through everything like we do on all these telephones and make sure everything is working. We will have to locate some type of lock situation. These locks for the vault doors are getting very expensive, because on the vault doors, once the lock had 2 keys with it, and they installed a vault door lock, basically there is no other keys to it. And since the key and the lock is missing to this, we're going to find out what Mike wants to do about that. But keys and locks that open and close with an actual key are getting very hard to find, and they're getting very expensive. And that's not due to what we charge, that's what the market bears. And so, people are sometimes you can find a good deal on these locks when they have a key with them, but most of the time, whoever's selling the lock and key knows what they have, and they basically do bring good money. So, they're not, these locks for the bodies and the vault doors that actually work and have keys with them are starting to get hard to find. And the people who are selling them are getting quite a good dollar for them. So it's just one of those things. So we'll have to talk to Mike about that and figure out what he wants to do, and we'll kind of go from there. Now, they also have locks out there that have been taken apart, and they'll open with anything, any little tool. So you'll find a lot of those locks out there too. And basically what I like to do is find a lock and rekey it to a key that fits the lock, but not necessarily was to the lock. So we do that also. So it's just one of those things. We're going to have to talk to Mike and go through it, see what we can find for it, and see what he wants to do with it, and figure out all the options. And so he's got a really cool payphone here. It's an A&E, and if you can see that there, it kind of shows you the A&E company, and so it's a nice telephone, and it's a keeper, and it's in really, it's really going to be a nice telephone when we finish it up. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. This is the initial checkout of an A&E 3-slot payphone for Mike that was sent directly into the shop by the person who Mike bought this telephone from. Thank you, and have a great day.